LiberalViewer presents.
So with all the horrible details of the kidnapping, captivity, and abuse of Amanda Berry, Gina De Jesus, and Michelle Knight coming out this month, one bright point was the story of Charles Ramsey, one of the neighbors who responded to Amanda Berry's cries for help and was key to the rescue of the women, as Cleveland Police Department Deputy Chief Ed Tomba told reporters when asked about a reward in this clip.
Mr. Ramsey does deserve something, a lot of credit, and he is the true key to this case. So.
And Mr. Ramsey was not only a key hero in this rescue, he also became something of a viral video hit when his local news interview recounting how he helped Amanda Berry escape showed him to be something of a character, including the insightful bit of social commentary at the end you can see here.
Bro, I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms. Something is wrong here. Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Charles, thank you very much.
Dead giveaway.
Thank you very much for your time. And
either she homeless or she got problems. That's the only reason why she run to a black man.
Now, I found that clip to be pretty hilarious, and you'll notice the white guys around Charles Ramsey are also laughing, important for a point I'll get to in a moment, yet the content of what Charles Ramsey said there is also kind of racist, depending on your definition, as I'll also get to in a moment. But first, another example of the same phenomenon appeared on last week's Daily Show in a segment satirizing the American holiday of Cinco de Mayo, with some good footage of Americans celebrating the holiday by drinking in a bar, where the Daily Show also captured the comment of an apparently Latino server at the bar in this clip.
I hate Cinco de Mayo. Gringos can't handle the tequila. I'm just tired of it. I just want to go home.
Now, that comment was pretty funny too, though the generalization about gringos was also prejudiced and maybe racist, unless you believe, as Michael Eric Dyson does, that without power, minorities cannot be racist against the dominant white power structure, and that arguments to the contrary are specious, as you can see here.
Specious, spurious parallels between white racism and black racism. Racism presupposes the ability to control a significant segment of the population economically, politically, and socially by imposing law, covenant, and restriction on their lives. Black people ain't had no capacity to do that. Can we be bigoted? Yes. Can we be prejudiced? Yes. Racist? No.
So what Michael Eric Dyson is doing there is creating a definitional difference between racism on the one hand and bigotry and prejudice on the other, which I'm not sure exists, but that's a purely semantic argument, and regardless of whether you accept Dyson's definition or not, the truth in what he says is that there is a difference between prejudicial statements by white majorities and similar statements from those without power, and the intuitive evidence that's right is the way the whites around Charles Ramsey laughed instead of being offended. These kinds of prejudicial statements by minorities generalizing about whites are ridiculous rather than offensive because of the power differential, making them a protest from the underdog rather than the oppression of the hegemon. It's like watching a mouse try to fight a lion, where the same aggressive actions that seem funny or ridiculous coming from the mouse are deadly serious coming from the lion. And when such prejudicial statements from minorities start seeming more offensive than funny, that may be a sign that the racist power differential is diminishing, I think, but I want to know what you think. Are prejudicial statements from disempowered minorities against the dominant white power structure less offensive because the minorities are disempowered? And on the semantic question, does that power differential mean that disempowered minorities cannot be racist?
YouTube, you decide.